but I don't know which sockets to use. Well, there's a very common socket that many people wonder about. The white socket labeled RGB 12V. This socket is for 12 volts RGB LED fan. You can power your fans using a splitter like this one, directly from the 12V header. But be very careful. The fan voltage is 12 volts, whereas the RGB lighting voltage for some models is 5 volts. Never plug 5-volt RGB devices into the 12-volt header. If you look closely, you'll see it's clearly marked as a 12-volt socket. Let's say you want to add some RGB fans to your case. Unfortunately, some special RGB fans cannot be connected directly to the motherboard. To use them, you need a dedicated RGB controller card like this one. You can easily find these online. There are button-controlled, remote-controlled, or even hybrid options. Using this controller, you connect the fans via Molex power. If you want to control the lighting, you'll need either a remote, or, if not available, you can use the LED control cable. You can remove the reset button cable from the motherboard and plug it into the controller. Then, by pressing your case's reset button, you can change RGB mode. Let's test. The fan starts spinning. Let's say this LED strip simulates what you've installed inside your case. When we press the button, the RGB pattern changes. When we hold the button, it turns off the RGB light. Only the fan keeps spinning. Press it again, and the RGB turns back on. You ask me this a lot, so I really wanted to explain it clearly. How'd that be? I installed RGB fans or LED strips in my case, but I can't change the lighting animation. You can change the RGB lighting using your case's front panel button. Earlier, I mentioned the 12-volt LED socket. Now, let's test with a standard LED, not an RGB one. I connect the positive wire from the LED to the 12-volt pin. As you see, the LED starts flashing just like RGB. So yes, you can use the 12-volt header without an RGB controller and simply place RGB LEDs inside your case. Finally, if your motherboard supports it, you can install the ARGB software for your specific motherboard model from the internet and control your LEDs directly from your desktop.